All right, welcome. This is the premiere episode of Cooking on a Tiny Liveaboard. We're going to start off real basic. We're going to do I'm just going to show you guys how to break down chicken. It's something kind of everyone needs to know. And it'll be the basis for our roast chicken, and it'll also be the basis for chicken stock, which we'll do at some point. So, kind of the main things we need a cutting board. Of course, since we're a tiny liveaboard, it's tiny. And boning knife, which I'm using a fillet knife, which we have on the boat regularly, and then just something to get through some tougher bones if we need to. And that's kind of just a heavy duty chef knife, like an 8-inch chef knife that we'll leave over here. So you want to grab these guys, and give them a good rinse, kind of shake them off a little bit. Okay, and you can see it fits on there really well. I like to start with the wings and just get them out of the way. We don't do much with them. We usually give them to the dog as a snack. So there's a little joint right here, if you can see that. So what you want to do with the boning knife is just cut down until you can see the actual joint, go around it, and then the wing comes off just like that. Okay, one more time, we'll do the other side. Just kind of pull a little bit. If you cut right there, it almost comes apart super easy, and then you can just follow it behind and cuts right off. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is kind of flip this guy over, almost stand him upright, and that's kind of why I get rid of the wings, so I can kind of do this part as well. And what we're looking for is there's a little channel that runs right down here that'll separate our breast, these two pieces on top, from this back part, which is going to be basically the backbone, the thighs, and the legs. So all we're going to do is try and find a little angle right here. Get rid of that. Follow that down. Get through there. And do that on both sides. And you'll see that falls there. And you can kind of pull it apart too. So what that gives us is just like the little pieces that left of the backbone on here. I like to use a little bigger knife for that. We'll just go through there. And sometimes a cleaver works really well here too. There you go. And now we have our breastbone separated from the rest of our chicken. We'll just kind of set that back aside for a second. So now what we have left are the thighs, the legs, the backbone. And once again, we'll kind of hold it like this. You want to pull until the joints come out. See how the joints come out right there? And then again, just follow this back part around. And we have a perfect little thigh quarter. I don't trim them out any more than this. I don't trim them into legs and thighs. I just leave them as a quarter, and they'll go in the pan like that, ready to kind of roll. Same thing over here. That little bone popped out when we pulled it apart. And then it's as easy as just going on the other side of that so that you miss it, and you're good to go. The rest of this is just all generally waste, but what we'll do is we'll put it on a roasting pan, roast it with some vegetables, and use it as a basis for our soup stock, which we'll do in another episode. So there's a couple things you can do with the breasts. You can leave it whole and roast it like that, or you can actually fillet them out, which I like to do, and just find the breastbone itself. And just follow it down. Really. Oops, got a little bit right there. We'll work around that bone until you have, and there's a little bone right here that we didn't get earlier. Just cut around that. Until you get like a breast fillet like you'd see on the store. And we save those for another project. We'll quickly follow the other side. Just find that little breastbone. down. Follow it all the way to the bottom. And again, we have a perfect little breast. I'll trim that off a little bit. That's good to go. Scraps over there for the dog. And then you have the breastbone too. So left, I purposely will leave a little bit on there, and then that can go in the stock bucket. Okay.